Welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be seeing which is the best temple here in Chiang Rai. Starting off with the Black House, which I know is technically not really a temple, but we're going to be going to that museum there before heading to the Blue Temple and then heading over for a quick snack at the Crown Plaza. Also, we need to get some passport photos for our trip down the Mekong River, which is coming up very shortly, so that should be good fun. Then we're going to be heading over to the White Temple, which is going to be the final temple of the three. We'll rank all three, which is our favourite, before going out in the evening for some food. Probably going back to the night bazaar, which we went to yesterday. But before we do any of this, I've had to wake up, had a shower, and realised now, unfortunately, there is no hairdryer. So we've got wet hair for the moment, but that's fine because it's quite warm outside anyway. Doesn't look as sunny as it has been over the last few days. It's sort of a bit more cloudy. I don't know if you can see that there. And then also I've had to go and wash my red and black Toronto FC top by hand, only because it's the first time washing it and I don't want to have to wash it with all my other clothes and it all turn red and the white on there go pink, because we don't know what the people are going to wash it like. In a moment, we're going to head over to 7-Eleven to get some food, breakfast and maybe some snacks before we go over to the temple. So let's get going. So what I'm hoping to get from this 7-Eleven is one of those cereal bags which Beth had yesterday. So we'll have to see if they are selling those, because they looked really good. But I didn't try any, so hopefully we can find a nice flavour. So there's quite a big choice here, which is quite good. We've got the boxes, but we're not going to have those because we obviously don't have a bowl. We've got the ones that Beth had the other day, which are sort of high in vitamins and protein. We've also got the ones which are down here, which like normal cereals, so I think I might go for one of these because I sort of have enough protein anyway every day. So I think I'm going to go for the Cocoa Crunch cookie. I've never had this before. I don't know if anyone else has. We'll have to see what it tastes like. I do like those stars too, to be fair, but I think I'm going to go for the Cocoa Crunch cereal. Back from 7-Eleven now and time for breakfast. So it all came to 115 in total, which is about £3.70. And so we've got the granola boost. Well, Beth's got the granola boost, high vitamin D and calcium. She's then got the protein delight, which has got 15 grams of protein, which is pretty good. The Cocoa Crunch cookie is for me for breakfast. And then I also got a pineapple like pastry thing. I think it's called pineapple pie, just to get a little bit of fruit in, which is good. And then the milk that we've got today is this tofu soy milk. So it's actually not actually got tofu in it. It's Tofu San is the name of the brand, but it's actually soy milk. So we'll just be tipping that inside of the granola. Beth's currently in the background trying to catch some ants because we've had an ant infestation. Well, not infestation, but we had like 10 or 11 ants crawling around here trying to get to our food. So we'll try out the Cocoa Crunch first. So we'll tip some of the milk into the bag and then we'll give it a quick mix around. I'm hoping it's going to taste a little bit like Cookie Crisps. You know, in the UK, that's the Cookie Crisp flavour. We've got the spoon from last night's meal too, which we took with us, a plastic spoon. Right, let's give this a try then. It's all right. Not quite as good as Cookie Crisp though. But that's all right for breakfast. It only costs 25, that on its own. So that's like 50p just for a bag of breakfast, which is good. Now the pineapple pie. That's quite nice. A little bit like a dessert, like an apple pie or something like that. But obviously it's got pineapple in it. I've got 90% pastry there though, so I'm hoping there'll be a bit more pineapple towards the centre. We have ordered a grab taxi to take us to the first temple. It came to around 143 baht, which is around £3.40, and it's about a 20-minute drive. So it's pretty good, to be fair. So we've arrived at temple number 1, the Black Temple, which is also known as the Baan Dam. So Dam standing for black and Baan standing for house. So we're going to take a look inside. It's meant to be quite a dark museum with all like death and all that. So we'll have to see what it is like. So we are going to make our way into the main entrance hall now, which you can see is in front of us. It's basically a Thai artist which has done 40 black themed buildings on stuff like skulls, animal bones, there's wooden carvings, hunting tools and much more. So I think a lot of it is pretty dark and pretty intense stuff. So I'll have to take a look and see what is inside. But this is building number 1, which is just like a, I don't even know what that is. It's like a small temple. It's got the elephant again, as usual, like most of the things do around here. And it's also got white elephants, but the white elephants don't seem to be alive. They seem to have been killed by this bird. Again, all of the Christmas decorations are still out. I don't know whether it could be because the Chinese New Year's not happened yet. So maybe that's why they've kept them out still, and then they'll take them down once the Chinese New Year's happened. The bird here looks a little bit like Buckbeak off Harry Potter. Just having a look in this bathroom, which has been decorated with lovely artwork. Got the toilet there, all the shelves, and then you've got some snails with the extra long necks on the side of their body. Yep, they're definitely snails. I think there was beginning to be a little bit of a theme with this. But I have to say, you must be enjoying that ice cream. So from what I understand, this is the reptile house, and most of it is actual dead crocodile, or you can see over there the crocodile bones and the skulls. And then there's a lot more stuff like buffalo and cows and maybe fish or sharks going up that totem pole too. It is really impressive, but it's a bit strange that it's all just dead animals basically that's been decorated with. Even the butterflies have stuck with the theme of the Black Museum. Just looked inside of this room here. It seems to be all the rooms are themed off of different rooms of the house. So we just went to the bedroom, there's the toilet obviously that we saw earlier, a main hall. But Beth has just said that she thinks this is a bear. Now I'm pretty sure that's a wolf, and she's adamant that's a bear. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments whether it is a a bear or a wolf. So, and we'll definitely see who's right. This is where they are carving out all of the wooden structures. It's really impressive. There are actually some live animals in here too, and I'm a little bit sceptical as to whether they'll be alive for much longer, which is quite sad because they may be the new addition to the museum, unfortunately. They are massive beasts though, these buffalo. They look knackered though, they're just basically sunbathing in the sun. So there's the second one there, big white one. But yeah, it is a great museum. It's just the thought of all the dead animals around here. I assumed that they'd already died and they're just using the stuff, but after seeing these two cows now, maybe not. So you've got all of this art, then you pan across, and it's just a massive dong right slap bang in your face. So the next one which we're seeing is called the Time of the Tears Stupa, which actually looks a bit like all of the Buddhist temples, but as you can see again, the elephants have been like speared on the sides, whereas usually for the Buddhists they support the elephants as they help them out so much in building everything, fighting in wars, etc. So in Thailand this is considered sacred, but here they've been almost killed. Currently trying to drag Beth away from the cows over there, but she's currently fixated on them, so I could probably leave this museum and she'd still be there staring at that cow all day. So we have just finished temple number 1, the Black Temple, i.e. the Baan Dam Museum. Really good museum, to be fair. The artwork is beautiful, however, it does use dead animals. So if you're a vegan and you don't like killing animals, I definitely wouldn't come here. We spent 80 baht each, which comes to about £2 each, so not too bad to get into that one, and it took around an hour to go around the whole thing. If you love your art and stuff and you want to spend a bit more time looking at the prints, then maybe you should leave yourself an hour and a half. But now we've made our way to the second temple, which is the Blue Temple. Now I believe this one is free, so we don't have to pay anything on entry. And the fun fact is that this was actually designed by a student of the design of the White Temple, which we are seeing last. So the name of the temple is the Wat Rong Suea Ten, which is the temple of the dancing tiger, and it is definitely one of the relatively new temples, as this was built in 2016. But it's very impressive. It's got all the gold and the blue by the looks of it. And again, it's got a really impressive white Buddha there on the top of a water feature as you come in. And then it's got the temple in the background. It's a lot busier, this one, than the first one. Right, so let's take a look inside the temple. So I've taken my shoes off, as you are always meant to do. I don't know whether it'll be monitored, this one, compared to the other ones. It's got a cool little thing here as you come in on the left-hand side. Same on the right. Yeah, it's a lot busier, this one, than the previous one which we went in. But that is impressive. Really cool blue and gold artwork all around the ceiling and the side of the walls. And then the white Buddha there at the front. Looks like there's a lesson going on of some form. Oh no, they're just taking photos. Thought it was a lesson. But that is really cool, I have to say. Definitely a lot more impressive than the Black Museum. But it's a lot more modern too, you can tell, because these are the seats where all of the monks sit. It's 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 a.m, I can't remember. Oh my god, and there's a cat. I didn't even see the cat there on the floor. Hello. Hello, he's got a blue collar on too to match the rest of the temple. So it looks like the Blue Temple also has a museum, which we're going up the stairs to right now. But I love this one. It's got really cool artwork all around. We decided against going into the museum. You can do, apparently it's like a 10-minute walk around. I don't know really what's in there, to be honest, but it's 50 baht per person. If you do want to go into, that's just over £1. So if you did want to do all of the temples in one day, it did actually cost us £3.11 to get the grab taxi from the Black House to the Blue Temple. I have to say though, I definitely prefer the Blue Temple over the Black House, just from the looks of it. Although the artwork is very good at the Black Temple, the Blue Temple is just a lot more of a modern design, which is what both Beth and I definitely prefer. Do you prefer this one? Yeah. Yeah, so Beth says that she prefers the Blue Temple too out of the two. Obviously this one is free as well, so this one's definitely going up into first place so far with the temples. Although it is quite hard to compare the two, as the Black House is technically a museum and not a temple, but a lot of people refer to it as the Black Temple, which is why we're going to compare the three locations today on which was our favourite and which we enjoyed most. So we spent about 45 minutes here at the Blue Temple, which is about 50 minutes less than the Black House. If you did want to go in the museum though, you may need an extra sort of 10-15 minutes to look around there. But we're now going to order a grab taxi and head over to the Central Plaza sort of shopping centre. Hopefully have a look through a couple of shops there, find somewhere nice to eat, and then hopefully there'll be a passport photo place where you can go and get a passport photo as we need it for our visa when we head down the Mekong River to Laos. So there's already a grab taxi here, which is good. So it only cost us £2.41, nice and low fare for a 10 to 15 minute drive. We've just remembered that it is Chinese New Year today, so happy Chinese New Year for those celebrating. And look how cool that is. They've got all of the dancers which will be on, and probably a little bit later on, but you can see they've all got the dragon heads on, which is really cool there. Walking around again, deciding on what to have for lunch. It's kind of like one of those food centres that we saw in Chiang Rai, was it Bangkok? I can't remember. But a really nice and fancy one, and nothing like the markets that we went to the other day, the night bazaar. So we were quite unsuccessful at finding anything for Beth because there was mainly meat and rice or just meat curries, which I find is pretty much most of the stuff here in Thailand. So I'm getting a little bit bored of having that all the time. But we're now at a second food park, which is slightly further up. Again, it looks really nice, modern and clean, in the hope that we can find something vegan for Beth. Unsuccessful yet again, and we've just had a look at We Drink. And there's a monk outside getting a drink from We Drink, so I need to definitely go and drink some holy drinks from there. I don't know what they sell there, but it must be pretty good. Vegan food is definitely a lot harder to find here whilst we're in Asia, because we find lots of vegetarian food, but then when we walk over to the stall, they say, oh, we don't have any of it in stock. So like tofu places, a lot of them say that. Now walking through the shopping mall while Beth is stress eating on some of our seaweed crisps that we got the other day. So she's storming off ahead, trying to find something vegan or vegetarian. But it's quite a nice shopping mall, to be fair. Very modern, especially compared to all the street markets which we keep seeing. Finally found a restaurant where Beth can get some vegan food, and that is going to be the Fuji Japanese restaurant, which is here. It's quite a nice restaurant, not like unbelievably fancy, but it is quite expensive, especially compared to the market. So we've both ordered 2 dishes each. I've gone for the cheese rolls and the bacon enoki. Beth has got the enoki bakayaki and also a tofu steak. So far, it's just the cheese sticks which have arrived, so we'll give them all a try. But like I was saying before, much more expensive. This came to about £11 overall, whereas most street market foods, when we go there, like £4 maximum. So here we go, let's give this a quick try. Nice and stringy cheese. I feel like I've not had melted cheese in a while. It's quite nice, the sauce as well. I don't know what the sauce is, but overall it is a decent first bit of food that's arrived. Next is Beth's tofu steak to arrive. So she's going to give it a quick try now, let us know what you think. But her mood depends a lot on food, so I found that if you feed her, she perks up a lot more, and if she's getting annoyed, then you know that she needs some food. What's it like? Does it taste nice? She likes it. She says it tastes very nice. Trying to eat it with some chopsticks right now, and it's going absolutely everywhere, but she didn't want to be on the camera, so fair enough. Next up is the bacon enoki rolls, which by the looks of it, look like it is bacon with some small mushrooms inside, and it smells incredible. I've not had bacon for quite a while now, so let's give this one a try. Oh, quite hot. That's good. So this is very nice, and it's something that I've not had in a while, so I'm quite happy with that. And Beth's final dish has arrived. Looks very boring. It's just mushrooms and sauce. It looks like tartar sauce. She'll have to let us know what she thinks. Called it bang average. Didn't have it with the sauce though, so maybe it would have tasted a little bit better there. Came to 506 baht in the end because there was a service charge of, was it 7%? No, 10% service charge which meant that it was an extra £1 added on. So it is much cheaper to eat in the markets. I'm just seeing how much it is in pound now. So it's £12.09. Now, usually we're spending like £2 to £4, which is mental, that we've actually managed to spend £12.09 in here. So it's definitely not worth eating in the shopping centres. Definitely go to the markets. The atmosphere is much better in the markets too, and it is a lot more cultural as you walk around and you see all of the different food stands. But next up on the list is to head over to, I think it's called Go Cameras or something like that, and we need to try and get a passport photo for the visa. So we've just been to get our photos taken for the visa, and they said 20 minutes and they'll have it all processed for us. So we'll go back in 20 minutes time. It costs, how much was it? £3.60, which is just under £10, so not too bad then. We needed it doing anyway, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to get into Laos. Just collected our passport photos. We both look like right mugs, but that is good because that's the Laos visa sorted, and we're now going to get a taxi to the White Temple. I'm just trying to watch what Beth's doing. I don't know if she has any idea where she's going. We're trying to use this Grab app here to direct us, but Beth's looking a little bit puzzled. It costs 121 though, so it's just over £3. So actually it might be just under £3. And then we'll give you our full lowdown on what we think of the White Temple. 20 minutes later and we have arrived at the Wat Rong Khun, which is the White Temple. So Wat Rong, again, standing for the temple place, and then Khun standing for white or pure or cloudy. So that's probably why it has got that name. This one again is a relatively modern one. So it was actually built in 1997. And the guy that actually built this didn't accept any funding off of the government or any other corporate organization, and actually paid for it all himself, which is very, very interesting. Through to the White Temple, it cost us 100 baht each, which is about £2.50, so not bad at all, especially when you get to see this. It looks absolutely incredible, I have to say. Beth's got the right dress code. She's wearing white today, so it's perfect for us. Got some little koi fish there in front too, and I'm already thinking that this one is going to be #1 for the temples, but it's a lot busier. As you can see, people queuing over there to get over the White Bridge. This bridge here is called the Bridge of Rebirth, and you have to cross it to actually get up to the top of the temple. And what's quite scary is see all these hands underneath the bridge. That's basically symbolising human desire and suffering that's going on in the world. Been in the temple now. Unfortunately, we were unable to get any videos inside the temple. You're not allowed to take any photos or video recordings, and it was quite funny actually because we saw quite a lot of sort of icons like Superman, Spider-Man, Darth Vader, and then there was this guy off a horror film. I can't remember his name, but he's got like red swirls on his cheek, and then even the Twin Towers. And then we looked it up a little bit later on, and apparently they all symbolise the impact of pop culture and global events on human suffering, which is actually really interesting that he's done that in the temple, because it was really modern. It was really strange because all of these temples that we've been seeing recently aren't very modern inside, but I really like the twist that they added onto this one. I've just lost Beth in the White Temple because she's so white. So we're now making our way to the Golden Building, which is actually a restroom, and apparently the gold symbolises desire, worldity, materialism and wealth. Just been inside and it turns out it's not a restroom, it's actually a museum with loads of sort of like golden coins. It still represents wealth and everything, but it's not a toilet, it's actually like a small museum, so definitely go check that out. Again, I wasn't allowed to actually take any photos in here. You can actually feed the fish too for 10 baht if you did want to, but unfortunately we didn't have any coins to do that. The grounds of the White Temple though are absolutely stunning. All three you should definitely go and visit in one day, but the White Temple for me is by far the best one that we saw. Right, so it's time for some more luck. Let's get the 3 rings in. And hopefully Aston Villa will beat Celtic tonight. Come on, Villa. There is also what looks like a cave expedition, which looks pretty cool. It costs 50 baht each to go in if you did want to try it out. We're not going to give it a miss today though, because we've already spent quite a bit of money on seeing all of the other temples, so we're all right with missing this. So now heading over to the parsonage. It's all just so clean, white and clean. I don't know what they do, if like a bird was to poo on it or something, but it's absolutely beautiful. So this is actually the golden restroom, which I was on about earlier. We have finished, so we are returning back to the hotel. The final grab cost about 200, which is for a 12, 16, 20, about just under £5. It was on a surge because it is just closed. So as you can see, there is no one actually there right now. So it's the perfect photo opportunity. Hopefully Beth can get a good snap. But it should take us about 20 to 25 minutes to get back to the hotel now. And then we'll get changed and ready for the evening. And we are back in the hotel room. So overall, I have to say I enjoyed doing all 3 of the activities, starting off with the Black House, followed by the Blue Temple, and then the White Temple in the end. I'd definitely recommend doing all 3. I thought they were all worth doing, and if you can do them all in one day, then that's perfect. But in terms of which my favourite was, I'd definitely say number 1 is the White Temple. It just looks really modern, nice and clean, beautiful grounds too, and I really like the artwork inside the White Temple. It was a shame that I couldn't get any videos of it either. So that was definitely my number 1, the White Temple. In second place, I'd probably say the Blue Temple, only because you had to pay to go into the black one. I'd say that the black one, if that was free, then they'd probably be pretty much on par, but because the blue one was free, it had the benefit of that. Again, a beautiful temple inside and amazing artwork. And then finally, the Black House. Again, I really enjoyed it. It was The artwork again was beautiful. There was a few areas where I thought, oh, they could have done more, so maybe it's a little bit incomplete, but also it's all walking around on grass and stuff too, and I have actually got a bite on my knee, so I don't know whether that was from the Black Temple. But all 3 activities were really cheap, and I'll have a total spend at the end, which also includes the 1 night in the hotel, so you can get an idea of how much it is going to cost you. And the travel times in between the temples and going to that city mall, you probably don't need to do that. You probably could just go to a local market somewhere else for lunch rather than what we did. That'll save a little bit of money too. But we are back now, and I hope all of that information is going to help you if you are planning a trip around Chiang Mai and the temples too. But we're going to head out now towards the clock tower in the center of Chiang Rai, because apparently it's got a light show at 7, 8 and 9 p.m. every day. So we're hopefully going to go and check out that and get some good food. So we've found the clock tower. I mean, it's impressive, it looks cool, but I'm not too sure what the light show is going to be like a bit later on. Don't know what they can do really, because it's basically in the middle of a roundabout, so it's not going to be nothing like the light shows which we did see in Singapore. But we're going to head round this corner now, and hopefully we should be able to find where we're going for tea tonight. And we've arrived at Heaven Burger. Actually looks quite busy, so hopefully they should sell some pretty good food. So we've come out to Heaven Burger for our meal tonight. I've ordered a barbecue chicken burger, which should be coming up later, and Beth has ordered a vegan burger too, which is good. I'm trying a Singer beer tonight too, which is actually the original beer of Thailand. Looks very nice. Looks like just a normal lager. Oh, sorry, I'm spinning it away from Beth, thank you. But let's give it a try. Nice and refreshing in a cold stein too. Cheers. The food has arrived. Beth has actually got vegan cheese and vegan meat in, which is the first time we've actually seen vegan cheese and meat in one. So if you are a vegan, this is definitely the place to come in Chiang Rai. I've got my barbecue cheese and chicken burger. I'm going to try and cut some off the side because I don't want to eat the salad because I'm worried that I'll get ill. And if I get ill for that boat ride, which we're going on in a few days, then it will be a nightmare. So I'll just cut a little bit off the bottom with the cheese and the chicken and give it a try. It looks absolutely delicious. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. Oh, that's actually so good. It feels good to have Western food again. Tastes absolutely incredible. Loads of barbecue sauce, which I love too, because when people are skimpy on the barbecue sauce, that's not me. I love loads and loads on it. Chips look good too, fat wedges. Can't complain, it's going to be a good meal tonight. Finished our food and it was absolutely incredible. I loved it so much. It was like one of those moments on I'm a Celebrity where they've been having rice the whole time and then all of a sudden they're having a burger or something. It literally felt like that with me having Asian food pretty much every day. Had a rubbish pizza on the one night, but after that barbecue chicken burger, which was amazing, I am feeling very happy right now. I'm feeling refreshed and rejuvenised. So the food actually came to 483 baht, which is cheaper than lunch earlier and 10 times better too. So that meant it was about £11.50 in UK money, but definitely worth all of it. We also had a large beer and Beth had a Sprite too. And then Best Burger was actually 219, whereas mine was only 149. So maybe it's because they have to import all the vegan meat and cheese. But we're now going to have an explore of the cafe, which we're thinking of going to tomorrow. Then we're going to do a loop around the area which we are in, and then hopefully we get to see the light show of the clock tower just a little bit later on at 8 p.m. So this is the restaurant that we are thinking of going to tomorrow. Beth's just having a quick look at the menu now and see whether she finds something she likes, but actually looks really nice. We had a quick look at the menu outside of the vegan restaurant and it mainly sold vegan burgers, so obviously we don't really want to be having that tomorrow. On the app that Beth uses called Happy Cow, where she finds all of these vegan restaurants, it did say though that the chocolate cake was amazing. So she wants to give that a go tomorrow. So we're going to have to go back and maybe try some of the cake. Chiang Rai must be tiny because we've been walking around and it is literally 1, 2, 3 streets of restaurants and markets, and that's about it. And then there's the night bazaar too. But we are currently at the old clock tower, which to be honest is not that impressive. I've seen Big Ben and it looks a lot better than this, but this is the old one. Hopefully the light show though at the new one will look a lot better. Made it to the new clock tower and the light show should start in just a moment. This is all it is, and it dings and that. have to say, I don't think I would have been too disappointed if we had missed that light show. It wasn't really that impressive, but it was nice to see the clock tower. And we're now going to head over to the Chinatown area, where hopefully we'll be able to see them celebrating the Chinese New Year. We saw it earlier, it was very close to our hotel, and it looked like they're setting up for some form of party for Chinese New Year, so hopefully it'll be pretty cool. So we've just arrived, and it looks like it is during the day, whatever went on. It's all packed away now, pitch black, so I think we're just going to head back to bed for the evening. And we are back. So we've had a really great time visiting all of the different temples, from the White Temple all the way to the Black Museum, followed by an unbelievable dinner tonight. I really enjoyed the evening, especially after having a Singer beer too, trying one of the top beers in Thailand. But unfortunately, we did miss out on the Chinese New Year celebrations. We could actually hear some fireworks going on down a couple of streets, but we couldn't see where it was coming from, unfortunately. But if you did enjoy, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. And hopefully tomorrow we're going to be heading over from Chiang Rai to Chiang Kong, so don't want to miss that one. So hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.